poly blends, anything that you have, you can put the transparency in. You heat press it for 30 seconds. Then then you peel off it'll leave like a little film over the top, and so you peel that off, and you're ready to go. Now, what you're going to want to do is, Mr. Turner's loaded
Adobe
Illustrator on here, and so you're going to have to kind of learn Illustrator a little bit. The best way to learn Illustrator is by watching YouTube videos. So if you have something specific you want to do, if you go to YouTube and type Adobe Illustrator ArcText, it'll come up with a video. 99% of the time, it shows you step by step how to do it.
And girls, we'll see if we can schedule a time sometime this week. I'll pull down the screen in the media center and we'll go over a couple of videos with his computer and just kind of play around with it, because this stuff I need to learn too.
Right.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is when you're dealing with graphics, there's a type of graphic file called a vector art. Vector art has no background. It's a very crisp, clean artwork. Things that you actually create in Illustrator, like I just created Windsor Soccer just a second ago. That is vector art. But a lot of times what happens is you'll get art, say like a JPEG or a bitmap. Like maybe you go to Google Images and type in soccer ball, and it comes up with it. Now, while you can print that, the issue with that JPEG or bitmap is when you bring that in, it has a white background. Well, because this prints white, you don't want to print that white background. So you have to learn how to eliminate that background before you print it. Otherwise, you're going to print, a white square behind whatever you're printing. So it's not the hardest thing in the world to do, but that's something you want to build. That's one of the things as you're looking at videos on how to use Illustrator, on eliminating a background. Illustrator has a trace feature that will trace it out and turn it into a vector. But that's one of the things that you're going to, want to learn how to do. Right?
Okay.
You haven't started yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, there it is.
All right, sorry.
Okay, no problem. All right, so as I was just explaining, so here we have our Oki White Toner printer. The thing about this printer is that you want to print, this is called a multi-purpose tray right here. You print through the multi-purpose tray, and the back, I've opened the back of the printer as well, and so basically it prints straight through. It never, you don't put paper in here, and you don't close the back so that it prints through the top. You let it print straight through the printer. Okay? Now you can close them when you're not using them, but when you use it, that's how you always want to do it. This paper has the glue sheet. You'll never print on this, and it has yellow writing on it. And they call it the B sheet. What you print on looks like a transparency. Okay? And if you'll notice, it has a shiny, slick side. I'm going to tell that.
You put your phone down, baby. We're going to be here for about a half hour.
And it has a flat, dull side. Okay?
See the difference?
So, very important, when you put it in the machine, the flat, dull side goes up. Okay? So, I've got this tray. I push it down with my hand like that. Shiny side down.
You need to put that on the printer. You need to write shiny side down.
Yep.
Like a little...
See these little tabs right here, how they slide? Y'all see how they slide in and out? So what I'll do is I'll pull them all the way out. I'll put my paper in, and then as I slide them in, it kind of locks into the paper, okay? Then I take this blue button, and I just push it in. And see how it snaps it back up? You guys can
You're
come
videoing this all, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now,
y'all are running this, so get up here and notice.
I ain't gonna block the camera.
You're good
You
though.
can come around this
Yeah.
side, it's fine.
okay, so the paper's ready to go. The machine is ready, all right? It tells us This has 4 ink cartridges. It has white, cyan, magenta, and yellow. And if we push this button, there, here they are right here.
So take a look.
So here's your ink toners right here.
We won't go through that this year, though.
No, probably not. All right.
How much will that print?
Well, if they're full, they'll print. If you're doing like on 20% coverage of white, you'd get about 4,500 prints.
Okay.
And color, you're going to get about 10,000 prints.
So it's a high yield.
Very high yield.
Okay.
Yeah. These are not full. These are starter, but still, they're 25% full. But that's going to give you, you know,
For the next few
a
months.
couple of thousand prints probably.
Okay.
And you know, you can always daisy chain your designs together. So like we're gonna do we're gonna do left chest, and I just put 4 on one sheet. I could have, if I really squeezed it in, I probably could have put more on there. So you can put, you know, multiple designs. Now obviously if you're doing Knights basketball, then you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna probably use up your whole sheet, but it just kind of depends on the design. All right, so basically all I did was I went into Illustrator, which Mr. Turney already opened up for me, and I created really simple. You guys are silver. Let's see. You're really black though, aren't you? Or-
No,
It's
no.
forest green.
But it's
Orange,
going on these
green.
gray shirts.
Yeah.
This gray shirt right here behind you, so
Okay.
yeah, so
Um,
green and black is fine.
So all I did was create Knights soccer, and I put a border around soccer. I just, you know, did something kind of basic. My sheet size was 8.5 by 11, which that's my paper size right there. So I kind of have an idea of how to set them up. Now I'm going to go
Hold
to.
1 second.
Yep.
We're going to teach y'all how to use Illustrator as
Okay,
well.
I was just gonna
Okay.
ask
That's what
that. I was just
I
wondering how do you
had
put it back on
suggested that we come to
paper?
Media Center, watch some. He'd suggested YouTube videos, and we'll play around
Yeah.
with it. And
We'll learn how to use Illustrator and stuff like that. We're also going to get some of the graphic arts, the art student majors,
Yeah.
get them to learn how to use it as well, because they're going to be the
Because
ones
they can
that
help you set up the designs and stuff like that.
But like I have a bunch of JPEG Night clip art
Yep.
stuff. Can I pull that into Illustrator?
You can, and then you'll have to eliminate the background. Like you might even have one that has a transparent background already. Like a PNG typically has a transparent background already.
Okay.
So those are just
But,
things we'll learn how to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also too that those same pieces of clip art we'll use for this. We'll use for this. We can use for embroidery. So we can use those for just about every process in here.
Okay.
The only thing is with this, you have to eliminate that background. But everything else,
Because it'll print the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a
Waste
send to
it.
back kind of thing.
it's not. It's a you have to separate it and then delete it.
Okay.
So, all right. So we're just gonna real
Oh,
simple.
And you got to plug in the cord from the machine to the computer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, USB. So it's plugged in over there, and so you just plug it into your USB port. So we're gonna go to File and Print, and this is our main print screen right here. What we want to do is we want to go into Setup. Continue. And we look at the printer preferences. Now, we're printing to the Oki 711. Okay, that's what we're printing to. We're going to say Preferences. And I just like to check these before I print. You know, I go in and I say, okay, paper quality, multi-purpose tray. Well, that's what I want, multi-purpose tray. It's a high quality, okay? It's going to mirror the print. That's important because we want it to print in reverse order or mirror image, okay? And then in color, we're making sure that we're printing in white. You know, if I wanted to use this to make brochures or flyers or just print a report or project, then I wouldn't want to have white on. I would just print, you know, just color and not white.
But we want to print in white for the screen prints.
Yes,
Correct.
absolutely, absolutely. Back here in layout, you have this advanced button. And here again, all of this is set, but I just again like to check that my media type is set to films. What that does is the reason this printer is so successful is it controls how hot. There's something there called the fuser, and this software will control how hot that fuser gets. Well, it has to get really hot for it to print onto that transparency type paper, and so this tells it exactly how hot to get it. So again, it's defaulted to where it's supposed to be, but I always just like to double check to make sure. So we're going to say okay, okay, and we're going to say print, and finally print again, and it's going to send it over. Now here it'll say push online, and it's going to take and pull our page straight out. Of course, I could have sent over 10 copies or as many pages as I wanted.
Through, it just didn't
Interesting.
print it.
Oh, maybe there was something in the